Hello, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday, August 22nd, 2018. Steve Sipress here. A little bit late today. I just had a photographer and his assistant over here for a few hours. I'm going to be featured on the cover of a magazine, and they wanted to come over at sunset, and I should have known they wouldn't leave, of course, until all the light was gone. And I was remiss and hadn't recorded the daily Facebook Live video yet. So all the light is gone, but good news is we have lights out here on my back deck by the pool, and maybe you can hear we had the waterfall running today for the photographer, and he didn't even take a single picture in front of the waterfall. Anyway, let's get right to it. Wisdom Wednesday is this thing where people think. Now, what I'm talking about today is this thing called human behavioral psychology. And you'll hear me talk a lot about the type of marketing that I teach, direct response marketing, effective marketing that gets results and makes people do things. It's all about two things, math and human behavioral psychology. And today's all about that psychology. People that know this kind of stuff, and hopefully that's you. Hopefully you start studying this kind of stuff. Because you don't need to, of course. You don't need anything. Hey, Jeremy's here, Jim's here, good seeing you. But I hope you want to get better at how to get people to do what you want them to do. And that's all about human behavioral psychology. And this is a big point here. It's about this term ambition. Ambition, dreams, everybody has it. So everybody's ambitious, everybody has dreams, everybody wants a better life. Most people don't take any action on it though. So they want to hit the lottery and they dream, and you can ask them, what would you do if you won the lottery? Oh, this and that, and I tell my boss, what would I do? I'd get up the next day and keep doing what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. My boss is me. I wouldn't tell me anything other than like have a nice day, and besides, I don't play the losery, so I'll never win the losery. I like my life. And I don't want it all to change. You see the difference? People that are ambitious have dreams. So does just about everybody, unless you're really brain dead and you say, I don't have any dreams and I don't have any ambitions and I don't want anything better in life. I don't know a lot of people like that. So this whole idea about how ambition will lead to success, poppity-kook, hobblegosh, nonsense. Because ambition without this one key factor is virtually meaningless. And that is commitment. Okay, so maybe you've heard the saying that when you serve a ham and eggs breakfast, the chicken was involved, but the pig was committed. See the difference? So being ambitious without this commitment is a torturous life, actually. And that's what most people live. What was it, Thoreau? Somebody who said men leave a life of quiet desperation. That's because they have these dreams, but they don't take action. They don't commit to it. They don't commit to doing whatever it takes, legally, morally, ethically, of course, but do whatever it takes to get it. They're not committed. Very, very few people are committed. Maybe 1 or 2%. And the other 98, 99% of people are walking around BSing themselves and lying all over the place. And so they're filled with inner turmoil and tension, because their life is a lie. They're saying and they're dreaming, oh, I want this. And if you ask them, what would you do if you hit the lottery? Oh, and they watch the TV shows, the lifestyles rich and famous used to be, oh, I want that car. They see a car go by, I want that car. Yeah, of course you want that car, but you're not committed to getting it. So you have this turmoil inside that you feel bad. You feel terrible because you have these dreams, you have this ambition, but you won't commit to getting it. And the beautiful thing about being a human being, especially if you're lucky enough to be an American, is anyone can get anything they want if you just put your mind to it and be committed. So that's the difference. So I don't know about you, but I'm a consultant. I work with clients. And I make a mistake when I bring on a client who just tells me about their ambition, their goals, their dreams, their wants, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But I got to judge, are they committed? Otherwise, it's hell to work with them because they argue with everything, they don't do everything, and here's the deal. You got to be more committed to success, which almost undoubtedly means to changing a lot of things because you're not successful now or not as successful as you want to be, so you need to change. But most people, even when I take on a client, I make a mistake of taking on a client who tell me about their ambition, but they're not committed. And I try and judge that. I mean, I've been doing this for decades, thousands of business owners. You think by now, and I am a really pretty good judge, but even I still make mistakes. And I bring on a client who's more committed to their own comfort or how they've always done things or what anybody else will think, including themselves, and they won't do what I'm suggesting they do. They won't take the action. They'll say, oh, that ad that letter, that's not me. That's right, it's not you. But it's the you want to be. See, if you want to become successful, you've got to become a different person than the person who's not successful. And that's what people miss the point. They think they can stay the same person and become and have something different. You can't. Tony Robbins has a saying. I was a Tony Robbins trainer. I think I ought to remember this, and he didn't make it up, of course. He doesn't make up anything. He gets it from somebody. But Tony says all the time, you've got to be before you can do, and you've got to do before you can have. I think that's how it goes. Paraphrasing, and I might be getting it wrong. Look it up. But I think he says in that order, and most people mess it up. They want to have things. They think they can do things and have things. They skip the part where you got to be a different person. You got to be somebody. You got to be successful. You got to be committed to change, to doing things you've never done before, to thinking bigger, acting bigger, taking more action, getting out of your comfort zone, listening to the experts and not arguing with them and not going, oh, but I don't like that. I hear it all the time. When I take on the wrong client, it slaps me in the face. They're like, oh, I didn't feel comfortable doing that. No kidding, Sherlock. Of course you don't feel comfortable doing it. That's why you hired me. Something inside you told yourself, hey, unless I hire somebody who's going to really be strong about telling me to do this, I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to remain frustrated and living a lie. So I'm going to wake up every day, and I'm going to tell my spouse, and I'm going to tell my employees, and I'm going to tell myself, and my parents, my friends, whatever, that I am ambitious, that I have goals, that I have dreams, but I'm not committed to them. I'm more committed to being comfortable, not being embarrassed, making sure everyone likes me, making sure that my stuff looks good to me. I had somebody tell me, oh, I can build a real great-looking website for that thing. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want a great-looking website. I want a website that works. They're almost polar opposites, like 99% of the time, if not 100% of the time. Like, you can be committed to good-looking, or you can be committed to working, to results. So I am results-oriented, and I'm looking for people to work with who are results-oriented. In fact, further, they're results-committed. And they're not committed and oriented towards feeling comfortable and doing the same old and you know, gee, but my secretary she thinks that looks strange. You're damn right it looks strange, because 99% of people do crap. So yeah, it looks strange. Believe me, the life of the 1% is strange, as in totally different from anything the rest of the people are doing. All right, Jeremy says, having a coach boosts my commitment level, it's motivation multiply. Exactly, and success, here's another key. Success, you've heard this, it can only come from within. Motivation can only come within. Success is an emotion, it's a feeling. So everyone will define it differently. So I don't know, you can look it up in 10 different dictionaries, probably has different definitions, and none of them are what you define as success. Success is a feeling. So there are sayings like, again, I'm bastardizing the saying, but it's like as soon as you take the first step towards a worthy goal, that's success. When you hit a goal, that's success. Like all different definitions. The key is it's what's inside, how you feel inside. You feel successful. And you cannot feel successful if you have ambition and goals and dreams, which pretty much everyone has, especially if you're a business owner, I hope, without the commitment to get it. Then you're conflicted, then you're lying to yourself and to everybody else. And so that puts a strain on relationships with your employees, with your spouse, with yourself. It's hell. So if you're not going to be committed to taking the action and making the changes you need to do and getting out of your comfort zone, doing things like you've never done before, then somehow you ought to be erasing from your mind any goals or dreams of being successful, of transforming your business, of transforming your life. And you'll be stuck with where the wage slaves are, with the hoping for a 2% raise this year. And I hear a lot of business owners talk like that. I want a 5% increase. I'm like, don't come anywhere near me. I can't help you do that. You can do that all on your own. Anyone can do that. I can help you have a 10 times increase. How about that? Now, when you want that, you're not getting that by just doing what you're doing now and doing a little bit more or doing a little bit different. None of that. Total transformation, total commitment to something totally different. When you're going to be somebody totally different, then you can do totally different things, then you can have totally different life than you have now. Not everyone wants that, again. Most people say they want it, but they don't. But for the few of you watching this that are absolutely ready and committed and say, I am, right now, watching this video, you got me, been thinking about it for a while, been wondering about it, been saying I wanted it, but damn it, I'm ready to commit right now. Go to helpfromsteve.com, get in touch with me, or send me a message on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, or email Steve at Sipress, or anything you want. But understand, I'm going to put you through a few hoops and a few tests because I don't believe you. Because 99% of people will say it, but they're not committed. So if you're going to work with me, you're going to be committed. Otherwise, it's hell, and I'm going to have to fire you as a client, and I shouldn't have taken you on in the first place because it's no good for anybody. However, it's fantastic when you get a client like Jeremy here who says, man, I am committed, and I am motivated, and I am ready, and he is taking a ton of action to get what he wants. Now that's who I work with. That's who has mega success, which is the best thing for me, best thing for them, best thing for everybody. So here's hoping that you don't just walk around saying I'm ambitious, or I have big dreams or big goals. Nobody cares. Unless you pair it up with commitment. So get committed. Do whatever it takes. As long as it's moral, ethical, legal. Do whatever it takes. So you see, here's an example, I guess, this video. I shoot a daily Facebook Live video every single day since, I don't know, something like March of last year. So it's well over 500 videos by now. And I'm pretty sure I could have said, oh, it's dark. It's already, whatever the heck time it is. What time is it? It's already 8 o'clock at night, for crying out loud. You know, I just had a long day, been going since about 6:30 in the morning, and just had this 2.5-hour photo shoot where I'm doing all kinds of crazy things and this and that, and move and change and whatever. Come on, it was craziness. And all the time I'm sitting there going, I got work to do, I got stuff to do, I got stuff to do. So I got myself in all of a mess, and it would have been great to just say I'm done. Let's take a dip in the pool, let's have some dinner, let's watch a movie, let's be done. My beautiful wife Michelle actually was like, hey, now that we got all dressed up for this photo shoot, when don't we go out to dinner? I'm like, can't. See, I didn't say, you know, maybe I can't. I said, I cannot, because I am committed, as stupid as it is, not a big deal in this grand scheme of things, but I'm committed to recording a Facebook Live video every single day. And that's what I just said. I got to do my video. Now, when you talk like that to yourself, I got to take action to make my goal happen. I have a goal of doing a daily Facebook Live video for 10,000 days in a row. It's only like day 500 something. You think this is the day to stop? I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, I'm a lot more committed than that. Okay, so hopefully you are totally committed to when you say you're going to do something, you take the action. And unless you think it's very natural for me to shoot daily Facebook Live videos, why don't you go back to last March, whatever, on YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook or my blog, my podcast, and watch my first few videos. They sucked. They still suck. They were really bad back then. They're bad now. You can imagine how bad they were back then. You should see all the comments I get from it. Oh, you should put the camera on a tripod. You're holding it. This, that, the lightings. And look at the lightings on the top. That's no good. And you went on too long. And yeah, I know. They suck. Maybe by 9,000 or so, I'll get good at it. So I'm committed to getting to that point. Nothing's going to stop me. Nothing is going to stop me. What is going to stop you? Do you actually have those dreams, goals, ambitions? Are you committed? Or are you just mouthing the words, lying to yourself? Terrible, torturous way to live. I don't wish that on anybody. That's it. For Wisdom Wednesday, Norm Hamilton is here. Isn't it great seeing you after all these years, Norm? Love seeing you here. Love catching up with you on Facebook and vicariously living through you, and love everything you're doing. Power to you, man. That'll do it. By the way, I had dinner with George and Robin last week. They were in town here in Phoenix. Had dinner with them. I go way back with Norm from, he helped train me on my second day ever in my 9-year door-to-door sales career. Thank you, Norm. That'll do it for Wisdom Wednesday, August 22nd, 2018. I'll be back tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. I hope you'll join me then. Thanks for being here today. Are you committed to joining me then? Just kidding. Hopefully I have more important things to do, but hopefully you'll catch my video too. Adios. Bye-bye.